I posted a picture of this on Instagram not too terribly long ago, and it got quite a few likes, more than I expected. I was actually just putting it on there to show a buddy of mine that what I had done. But it got enough likes on there that I thought maybe I'd spend a couple of minutes and make a quick video showing you how I did it. If you're like me, I have a ton of spools of fishing line. When I tournament fish, I have 13 different rods and reels that I use, and most of them have got a different type of line on them. You can see that there's a bunch of them here, and I actually need to make a third one of these. What's kind of neat about these is this. So you can see that they're hanging on there on these pieces of wire. Then you just squeeze those together and that whole thing comes off. And it stays attached onto the spool. And I'll show you why that's cool here in just a second. But what's neat about the storage solution that I came up with is that I can take this, I just bend this out a little ways, I hook it in place here, and it sits there like that, and now I can actually pull it off, and I pull the spool off and it spins in place as I spool a reel up. And then when I'm done, I cut it, I tie it off, I put it back in here, squeeze it back together, and then I can just come right back over to the spool management system and click it right back on there, and it hangs and it waits for the next time. So I spent about an afternoon kind of coming up with the concept, and it's actually pretty ridiculously simple what it is. These right here, these metal brackets, are actually meant to hold screwdrivers on pegboard. So then these wire hangers that I have, I'll show you what those are made out of. These are landscape pins. They're actually, you can find them at Lowe's or Home Depot, and they're designed to hold landscape fabric down in your garden, or on a gravel walkway or anything like that where you don't want weeds to grow up. It's that black fabric that you put down just as a weed barrier. So that's all these are. And then to make them, all I did was come over to the vise, close the vise almost all the way up, bend down, close the vise all the way up, bend down, and that's it. That's all there is to it. It's just a matter of taking your fishing spool. This is some really old spider wire line, and look at that. This was actually, I got this actually when my grandfather passed away. It was in his stuff, and mostly I just use it for reel backing now. But anyway, you just slide that in. And you have to work at it a little bit to get it in there the first time, and that's it.